Alright, so just before we start today's video, check out this shirt, guys. So somebody I've been speaking to, they've just bought a new shirt printing machine. So they sent me a few shirts as a trial. Now, I can't believe how good this has come out, considering this is just like a little paint, or not paint, but I used GIMP to make this logo. I definitely didn't do a too flash a job of making the logo, but I can't believe how nice the lines came out. For any of you who remember, I had a really bad experience with shirts. So the company is Other Left Apparel. I'll put a link in the description, and I may even talk to them about letting them use my logo to make shirts, and you can actually just contact them to get shirts, but don't do that just yet. I have to talk to them about it. I don't really care about making any money on shirts right now. It'd be cool if I could just get my logo out there a bit, you know, at like fish meetings, Victorian Cichlid Society and that sort of thing. For you guys over east might wear the shirt for me. But anyway, enjoy today's video. Alright guys, check it out. I'm really happy with the new threads. I'm going to talk to them about getting a couple of shirts with a small logo, because I think it would be better for filming. But I love this shirt. I'm definitely wearing it to, like, I don't know. I want to wear it to a PCS meeting, but I'm supposed to wear my committee shirt, so who knows. And check it out. We had a shave, guys, for all the locals. And I'm guessing this video might get a bit more attention outside of my subscribers. So if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. But today's video, we're going to look at what African cichlids I own. My reason for doing this video is because it's been flowerhorns, 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 and for those of you who are new to the channel, you might think that flowerhorns is my main fish. It's not. So I'm actually a die-hard African cichlid fan. The flowerhorns have kind of overtaken accidentally, but I still love my Africans, and I've contemplated selling a few to make more room for flowerhorns, because the flowerhorns do take up a crazy amount of room, but I can't bring myself to do it, so I'll just keep them and I'll show you guys. So there's actually a few fish in here that I'll have to Google to get the names, because sometimes my memory becomes short of me, and every fish in the room I know part of their name, so like it's easy to refresh myself with Google. Alright, so we'll start with the smallest first. These guys don't have a light, and I've only just put these in here. These are Alunicara lawandas. If anybody remembers, these are actually the fish that I took the eggs full driving from RS Cichlids down Mandurah. He gave me the eggs for free, and I just wanted to make a video to see if we could get the eggs home and surviving. And they're a bit hard to see, but there's actually no deformities, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and there was 11 eggs. So 9 out of 11 survived full driving with a glass full of African cichlid eggs. Alright, so next up we've got the star sapphires. I'm not going to say the scientific name because I can't remember it off the top of my head. The pheno something or other. I know you guys love to take the piss out of me for my pronunciation. These guys are still pretty young. Well, they're not young, I take that back. They're like 2 years old, but they're young in star sapphire age. I do need to clear out a couple of males in here. But I'm not in a hurry to do that. I've just been pulling out males as they start to speckle and selling them. So the males that are in here are the late bloomers. I actually had one really nice male and I got really good money for him. I ended up selling him for like $120. So I was pretty happy. And then we got the Alunicara benga. He's a stunner. I'm thinking about selling him also. Honestly guys, this isn't a sales video, but so we've got the bigger females in there. my mate Jason over at Perth Cichlids wants them, so I'm thinking about giving him the females and selling off that male, and I'll keep generation number 2 because there's a really nice male coming through from generation 2. And then next to them we've got the hongy. The hongy tank needs a clean. What are they? They're not Labradachromis, are they? I can't remember. Anyway, you guys know what a red top hongy is. Their tank needs a bristle nose in it because it's got some algae, and I really need to go through them. There's like F1 and F2. Sorry, not F1 and F2 as in from wild caught. The first generation that I bought and second generation, and I need to start thinking about culling a few off to keep growing the quality. Like, look at that one up there. It's definitely not up to the standard that I want to breed. Alright, then you got the classic Demisoni. Anybody who knows Demisoni knows how destructive these guys are. They're making a mess. So this is actually maybe like 4th generation. For those of you who followed my channel for a while, you'll know the story behind these. It's basically like grow them up, they breed, they kill each other, then grow the next ones up and repeat. But they're pretty cool. They are very skittish, but which I'm surprised they're skittish for how aggressive they are. But if you look, the younger ones aren't as skittish as the older ones. But I don't know, I can't even see the male. He's behind the filter at the moment. Alright, so this one I might not pronounce right. Metricola Mason Reef Cichlid. I don't know if I pronounced that right. So you'll notice the girls look beaten up. That's because the male smashes the hell out of them. There's the male there. He's a pretty bizarre fish. He looks like that, and then when he's showing off to the girls, his bars go completely black, and he gets really bright, really good contrast. But then right now when he's just chilling, he's only like greyish black. He's a pretty cool fish. I've never seen a fish that switches its colours on and off so fast. And then here we've got the stars of the show. Nibichromis linni. Don't ask me to pronounce the full name of that. These guys are still quite young. I'm pretty happy with myself just being able to keep them alive. This is the second time I've had them, and the first time I lost them all within the first couple of months due to bloat. They do have red on their nose. I don't know what it is. It's been there for quite a while. At first I thought it might have been ammonia in the tank, and I've done ammonia tests and there's none. But yeah, I don't really know why they've got a red nose. But they seem healthy. They eat fine. They don't seem too aggressive, so I don't think the red nose is from lip locking. But who knows. Alright, so you'll have to forgive me. I should have done a glass clean before this video, but it's actually quite late at night and I had a really long day at work today. That's kind of also the reason behind just doing a talking video, and we're not doing anything creative. But these are my electric yellows. It's probably the dirtiest tank in the fish room at the moment. The main reason they're dirty is because I pulled all my bristle nose out to try and breed them in there. But anyway, so we've got a girl holding down there. These are really bizarre bristle nose. If you look at the fry look quite pale, and then they end up going quite dark. If you look at it, if I've talked about them in my other videos and you've seen it, you'll know I was actually worried about selling the fry because they're so light and pale, but they turn into gorgeous fish, which is quite bizarre. I've never seen electric yellows so pale and go so dark. Alright, so here we got Buccochromis rhodesii. There's only a pair left in here. I had a trio for about 2 years, and he finally wiped out one of the girls, and the other girl hasn't successfully bred ever. So I'm kind of leading towards selling the male and putting the female somewhere as like maybe a dither fish for the dimicomps or something. But with the dimicomps, the Buccochromis rhodesii, we've got 50 here. They're growing out in a 7 by 4 foot. That's going to be my next colony. I'm not skimping out on numbers for the next group because they are quite aggressive. And we've got some more down here. That batch I'll probably sell, and I'll keep that batch. Or I might even sell some of that batch and grow out some of that batch. But they're from the same parent, so it's not really going to make any difference. Alright, so probably not really going to be able to see these guys. They're probably the skittiest fish I've got, surprisingly, because they're big. There's one up there. These are my Dimicromis compressiceps. That female there is actually missing an eye, so true to their street name, Malawi eye biter. But yeah, they're so skittish. They're not good breeders. Basically, that's another one I might sell the male and do something with the females. Alright guys, so these are my marble peacocks. I don't know where the male is. Oh, there he is. He might come out for you. Maybe not. There is one dragon blood female in there. She's just chilling. I had a dragon blood colony, but the two males I had were proving infertile. So I just sold the males, and the female got thrown in with the marbles. And she's actually bred, and I've kept the fry, and I'm just gonna grow them out and see what they look like. At the end of the day, the marbles are already hybrids. They already throw. So these marbles actually throw what looks like a flameback cichlid, a flameback alunicara. So that's why it's really important to label peacocks as what they are, and if you don't have a name, just assorted peacocks. Because if I sold a male that looked like a flameback, a flametail, and then somebody breeds it with flametail females, that's how you create even more hybrids out there. So I will breed that. So like I've said, I have bred that dragon blood with the marbles, but I won't be selling anything that doesn't look like a marble. I probably won't be even selling any of them at all. There's the male. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Alright guys, so this is when I actually had to go through my messages and remember the name. So these are Tropheus intermedius. They're quite young. Where I'm from, these are actually quite rare, and they actually get mislabeled quite a bit. Hence why I went through my messages to confirm the name. There's signs of a male there. It's lost his spots and maybe starting to colour up. These are quite young. They're pretty cool looking fish. They're a different shape to anything else I have. So I'm excited to see them grow up. Alright guys, so I really should have cleaned the glass before making this video. But I guess you guys get to see the raw footage of what it's really like to have a fish room. That's why we made that breeding cave the other day. This is a sole example. I don't clean my glass for algae. I put bristlenose in all my tanks. So obviously you can see right here, that tank has a bristlenose, this one doesn't, and that's the difference. I don't have time to clean the glass of like 50 odd, 40 odd tanks. Yeah, I'd rather just put bristlenose in. So, did I say what these are yet? These are Crabro Cichlid. The nickname is bumblebees. You can see why. So there's a big female at the back there. She's the only one that's bred for me, and she's actually coincidentally the nicest looking fish out of the lot, which is cool. The dominant male is almost completely black. You can see her there. See if she comes out the other side. No, she's gonna hide in the tube. They're crazy aggressive. I had like 20 of them. There's like 6 left, but they don't seem to kill each other. They just seem to get along the way they do now. There she is. Wow, look at the glass, guys. I'm sorry. So she's cool. I love her. So I actually think it might be 4 girls, 1 male now. I think the male might have actually killed off all the other males. I know it was definitely male heavy at one stage, but I haven't actually. I'm sitting on the ground. Look, these are my pajama pants. That's how late it is, guys. I've even had a shower. That might be a boy. Or is it 2 boys and 4 girls? I think it's 2 boys, 4 girls. Who knows? Alright, so we're getting towards the end. Well, not really. We've still got a few to go. So these are my code blue Alunacara. There's not much to look at here. I lost my breeder male and we're just waiting for the next male to colour up, which I think is this little one right here. I think I talked about it in a video the other day. There's actually a mouthful in here. Maybe not, there was. Oh, there's a star sapphire little baby in here too. But I'm just leaving it in there to grow up because I know the star sapphires will kill him if I put it in their tank, so it can grow up in this tank. It's not doing any harm. Then next up we have the cobalt blues. There's actually a Nakali chilling in there. So here's the story about these guys, right? I've had the Nakali next to the cobalt blue for like probably at least 18 months. Somehow this one girl, Nakali, keeps getting across in the last few months. None of the boys have ever got across, so I'm not worried about interbreeding. And also, every time I've put that girl back on this side, I just check her mouth for eggs to make sure there's none. There's a few fry floating around, and the fry can get through the egg crate. But yeah, I don't know how that girl keeps getting across. I'm pretty sure she must keep jumping. I'm thinking the male is chasing her. So that actually leads me to the next fish. Labrador Tropheus Nakali, I think it is. I could be all professional and actually get the proper names for you guys, but I'd rather just do it off the top of my head and hope that I get it right. I hope that I'm smart enough to get most of them right. I'm pretty sure they're Labrador Tropheus. I could be wrong. Drop it in the comments if I'm wrong. But yeah, they're consistent breeders. I had them for a very long time as adults, and they weren't breeding, and then one day they just started and they haven't stopped since. But I don't know. When that male fires up, I almost think he looks better than the Mason Reef male. I know I say this all the time. I shouldn't say that because it's not a very good sales pitch when the Mason Reef are worth a lot more money than the Nakali. But I love the Nakali, that real pearl white. And he goes pretty dark. I actually don't know if it is him. I think there might be another male behind the filter. Alright, so I said we're nearing the end, but I just realised we're actually quite far from the end. Up here, I've got Nibochromis linostoni. This tank is covered in watermarks because these guys are prolific splashers. I only put those lids on last night, so I'm actually surprised none of them have ever jumped with how they splash when they're getting food. They haven't bred, and I'm not really sure why, but I'll just keep trying. They're definitely big enough, I think. I've never kept these guys before, so I could be wrong. Alright, so then next up... I shouldn't put my hand up there, we're just going to make it worse. Red Empress Cichlid. That's the subdominant male there. The dominant male is down the back. I don't know if he's going to come out. Maybe slowly. One thing about this camera is that it's not very flattering. It really under contrasts the fish, whereas you're not going to be able to see it. If you look at my phone, is the complete opposite. So my phone over contrasts, whereas my Osmo Action under contrasts. Alright, so this one. Should I Google it? I'll just tell you the bit that I remember. These are Tropheus Malot. I'm going to Google the full name. Ready, live action, we'll Google it together. Oh, it was there. Tropheus. Tropheus Malot Lycoma. I don't even think that's Trevavessa. I give up. Capitochromis. Anyway, pretty fish. Skittish male. So really, I want to separate these. I wouldn't mind. The Dimicomps aren't doing much, so like I said, I wouldn't mind selling that male and giving that tank to the Malott or the Empress and giving them more space, because these what do you call it, Red Empress, they've only got like 4 foot by 1.5 foot triangles. It's not really enough space for them, and they're getting quite big, but yeah, we've got to think about moving them. Alright, so the next fish are going to be really hard to get a video of because they are very skittish as well. These are possibly, I'm going to say it, these are the nicest fish I own, African wise. They also have the highest price tag out of any fish I own, African. They are Labrador Tropheus, Travessa, Mapanga Red. So very similar name to the last fish, but very different fish. If I hold the camera back, they're all just sitting behind that pipe. The thing with them is the tank they're in doesn't get a lot of foot traffic, so they're not used to people. I really originally put them up here because I was hiding them when I first got them. They weren't on my YouTube channel, so I really need to put them in a display parading spot now. I need to pick a fish to move up here so I can put them down there, but we'll figure something out. Sorry I can't show you them better. It looks like there's 2 mouthfuls in there, which is good. Alright guys, if you made it this far into the video, you're in for a little treat because not many people know I have this fish. It's not really due to hiding, it's just due to I got the adults and bred them before I started YouTube, I think, actually, and they've just been up here hiding in the corner, and the male's actually starting to colour up. So this is definitely one I had to Google, but we've got the name here. These are Protomellus harte, however you want to pronounce it. The biggest boy there, he's probably 7 centimeters, maybe 8 centimeters. They've still got a lot of growing to do. The adult male that I had was probably about 18 centimeters. When I got them, they were quite old fish, and I never intended on keeping them long term. I knew that it was only going to be a matter of getting fry to grow the fry out for myself. There is actually 1 or 2 deformed ones in there that I should really cull, but I haven't culled them yet, just to spread the aggression. I don't even know if I really should cull them. One's missing an eye. There's no bent backs or anything, so I don't know. Anyway, that's a cool group. I'm pretty excited about them. It's way more exciting when you breed your own fish and then breed the fry. I really get kicks out of that. Alright guys, I almost forgot about these. I don't know what that is there. I get the fry jump around, and that's one of the reasons I want to stay away from peacocks, because I don't trust myself with fry that look the same. So these are Joan Johansson, I think that's how you say it, Joan Johansson cichlids. They're actually in a fry tank, so they're intruders. I don't have anywhere else to put them, but they shouldn't be here. That's one of the multiple fish addiction syndrome problems is you buy fish when you don't have room. They go alright in there. It's like 1.5 foot by 1 foot, but they get 20% a day water changes, and the filtration in there is out of control. They're definitely not suffering. Look how healthy they look. Alright, so we've got a few Tropheus down here. I actually thinking about giving these away because I don't want them. I accidentally bought them at the auction. You know how that happens. We're going to have to Google this one together. The camera doesn't like it when I'm Googling. Tropheus. Morago, Tanzania, that's what they are. We got there in the end. There's a couple that aren't Morago, Tanzania. I would actually have to, I can't remember on the top of my head. I've got the auction list somewhere in the house. I'd have to find the name. That they're yellow something. I think there's like 4 that aren't Tanzania. And then there's actually a couple of Lawasi cichlids. They don't do well in there because I feed spirulina, but I just threw them in there. Someone gave them to me, and they make good buffer fish for the Tropheus. Alright, last but not least, these guys are actually one of my favourite. I don't know why they're outside. They drew the short straw. But look how gorgeous the boys are for starters. That's in natural sunlight. There's no light on this tank. He's amazing. And then I love the girls. I absolutely love the deep yellow. In the sunlight is way different in the fish room. In the sunlight it's like a pearly yellow. In the fish room it's like a deep orangey yellow. That looks awesome. I love these guys. And they just keep getting better looking as they get older. Look at him. He's really cool. Wow guys, it's like 7 o'clock at night and the sun is still blaring. That's pretty cool. It is handy, helps me do stuff around the house, but I end up crazy tired. Especially today. I worked back a couple of hours today and I worked harder than my average rate. So I'm actually shattered. I've actually got to go to Curtin University tomorrow for some work. I'm thinking about doing a work vlog, guys. I would say drop a comment and let me know if I should, but this video is going to go out after I go to Curtin. So play it by ear, guys. Sorry, I got the hiccups. I really want to do it. What I'm installing is quite cool. I think you guys would actually appreciate some of the stuff that I do outside of my vlog. But it's at a university. I'm not sure if I can film. Just to let you know, if I do film it, it won't be with a microphone or a selfie stick or whatever you call it. So basically it'll just be the camera in my hand. If you guys have seen my camera, it's tiny. It's actually smaller than a GoPro. So it is quite handy for filming discreetly. But yeah, I'm going to talk to my supervisor tomorrow. Hopefully I might ask the site supervisor because I will be on site, not in the factory. But yeah, I think that would be exciting. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. For those of you who don't know, I will be giving a Nautilus 2700 away when I hit 1,000 subscribers. Just quickly on that, I know this video is dragging out. What I'm probably going to do is I'll do the raffle. I'll get the winner. Wherever the location is, I'll either contact the local fish store to them and they can pick it up from there, or I can just give them the money for the value of the filter. I don't know. I think it would be silly for me to buy it and then ship it around the world, because I know that it's quite a high potential that the winner could be worldwide. If the winner is in Australia, I'll definitely just order it and get it sent to them, because I'm friends with people who own companies that will just send it straight for me. So that was on the subscribe. Oh, I'll see you guys tomorrow then. That's it. Peace out.